Hello, so I've reached the end of NaNo and I'm still breathing, still sane. Well, okay, the sane bit is a bit, it's in question, slightly in question. It's not as bad as like the halfway point. I was pretty bad during the halfway point. Now, fairly alright. Um, so yes, NaNo is over, which is why I've made a video. I would have made one yesterday, but I didn't really have the time or the equipment because I didn't have the time. That'd be more to the point. I really didn't have the time. Uh, so yes, video the day after NaNo finishes. So yes, I can't exactly say bring on winter. I'm so stuck in autumn, well, fall, that I don't know when winter's going to happen. It'll start at some stage. Um, I have this week and next week devoted to essay writing for college. Yes, I left it until now. I wasn't going to break my NaNo swing. I did this last year as well, though I didn't quite go as crazy last year. I don't know what the final word count is because obviously I combined it. Between my three characters, even though I didn't really write a massive amount on my Sana. Based on the last counts, though, and kind of what I wrote around that time, a little bit afterwards, it's over 130,000. But I did NaNo for Kayla and NaNo for Azira, so that's what I was aiming for, and I was aiming for 125,000. So I'm happy with how that turned out. There's just so many plots I want to begin so I can wrap them up first, and then I will get on to winter. Winter plans. I'd like to say that Azira is going to be nice, but we have to remember that Azira is Azira, and therefore the chances of her actually being nice, it happens on occasion. She does have these weird moments where she's she confuses people. People get very, very confused because they can't work out if she's nice or if there's some ulterior motive or if it's just some temporary thing that she's going to shift at any second. But yes, I'd like to think she's going to be nicer to some people. We'll go with nicer to some people sometimes. I'm going to try to unbreak her, maybe. Begin to. No, I think it'll take a while for her to unbreak her because I'll probably break her more first and then try and undo the damage, which would be great fun. Yeah, that's such a helpful, really, really helpful synopsis of what I'm planning on doing with Azira this winter. I'm going to break her and then unbreak her. That makes no sense. Well, Azira makes no sense. That's fine. That suits her fine. Waisana, well, I'm very much looking forward to winter for Waisana, actually. Aside from the fact I've got to tie up some plots from fall, which will lead into the stuff from winter. She's going to end up delivering twins. That's going to be great fun. Fall was kind of the time for all these different checkups and whatnot, and me doing research on pregnancy and like kind of the size of the woman is, like if she's carrying twins, and if my family look at my search history, well, if they look at my search history, they're going to be very worried because I've my most recent searches are to do with creating nets, the organ placements of a moose, butchery, which is also in there with things like all this stuff about pregnancy. This is kind of normal, but they'd kind of be wondering why am I looking that up. And then, of course, the most recent stuff in relation to my essays is on zombies and cannibalism. So I don't know. If my family look at my search history, they're going to wonder. They're really just going to wonder what I do on my computer. I mean, it's all for good reason. There's a good reason behind it. But, yeah, they'll wonder. But I'm going off on a little tangent. Where was I? I was talking about Lysana twins. Yes, fun Dreykus stuff. Wow, yeah, I really thought this one out. Fun Dreykus stuff. Oh yes, so she's going to be delivering twins at some stage. We'll see how well this goes. I don't know what the date is because obviously who I'm threading with hasn't mentioned anything as yet. It's early days. It's very early days, so we'll get there at some stage. Of course, there's a whole reconciliation between Waitana and Dinah, who's like her child. Well, I'm not gonna say childhood. Her friend from a few years ago. Yeah, she was a child then. We'll call it her childhood. I keep saying I just stopped saying yeah. I don't have any other filler word. I just don't. I don't know. So yes, Waisana, Dinah, reconciliation. That's going to progress more during winter. Other than that, I haven't. Well, okay, I have given it some thought because, how do you pronounce it? Is it goddess of healing and medicine and stuff? Raquel. Yeah, we'll go with that. Yes, we'll go with that. Yeah, basically, I have a thread from Fall where Wei-san is supposed to meet someone who's been recently marked with a healing gnosis. So it's not that this is a kind of a new thing, but it's not like the people, she's never met anyone with a gnosis. It's just, I don't know, she's never really interacted with people with gnosis. Can you say gnosis? Is that like an acceptable plural? Yeah, we'll go with that. So yeah, she hasn't really interacted with them, hasn't properly been there to watch them do what they do and get an explanation of what they do, and or perhaps wasn't old enough to really consider it before. But yes, she's going to become, obviously she's already obsessed with healing people and everything, so she's just kind of realised where she can direct her thanks to, ask for advice. So maybe a healing gnosis down the line at some stage, but at the very earliest I'm not going to consider applying until at least end of spring. Maybe summer, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It seems natural for her to end up going down that route of her getting a healing gnosis, because she's very, she doesn't do anything else. She only ever does medicine orientated stuff and helping people stuff, and that's just what she does, so it's kind of logical, perfectly logical. Yes, so that's my plans for Waisana for winter. Kayla's always an interesting one. I did so much writing for Kayla over NaNo. It was great. So many new characters I got to play around with, including one who's gone. But we pick ourselves up and mentally kick ourselves and keep going. It's grand. So yes, unarmed combat is a definite continuation there. She's making an orphan into a lady. Yeah, that's an interesting one. We'll move on from that. That's not interesting at all. I'm going to have her acquire a cat. Well, that's a thread that's, well, it's a placeholder at the moment. But yes, Kayla's getting a cat because I think a cat would work well for her. It's going to be kind of like, what's the best way to describe this? If she ends up with a cat, it's going to be this kind of this grudging, well, I'm going to take this cat in because I kind of feel sorry for it. But later on down the line, I'm going to give it away to someone. You know, one of those moments. Or, you know, get rid of it at a later date. I just feel sorry for it right now. And I can see it growing on her. You know, this idea of like this little companion that's a cat. I like cats. I really like cats. I want a cat. Why can't I have a cat? Sorry, that was a moment of cat frustration there. Yeah, but my uncle doesn't like cats, so we can't have a cat. So that's that. No cats for us. Even though there are cats on the college campus that are just like, I can't call them wild. They live on the campus in like bushes. It's like, there is one I think we call bush cat. But you know, I want those cats. I want to kidnap those cats. I really want to kidnap the cat. Anyway, yes, I think some of my desire for a cat might be leaking through there ever so slightly into Kayla, but I don't know, something, it just popped into my head for some reason that, yeah, it'd be a great idea, we'll get her a cat. Because then she has to feed the cat and look after the cat and do catty things. I wonder sometimes how I construct sentences at all. Do catty things. Yeah, right. So what else am I doing? Winter, Kayla, winter, Kayla, winter, winter, winter. Yes, I looked at the calendar. Did I come up with anything based on the calendar? Just trying to remember now. Not that I can remember off the top of my head. I don't think there was anything that kind of jumped out at me in terms of calendar-y, some birthy stuff. I'll work out stuff as I go along. I always work stuff out as I go along. I don't plan that far ahead ever, like at all. Even just in everyday life, I don't plan ahead that far. No, I don't plan ahead that far. So I'll just kind of take it as it comes, take it as my writing partners come, see how fall threads wrap up. There's just so many fall threads. Why? So yes, priorities obviously are wagery related stuff. I have to finish a job thread for Kayla. You'd think with the number of words I did that I'd have 2 job threads done, but no. I did one because it was a co-op thread, and it was kind of to go off in a totally different tangent, but I said, oh, I'll work in some work stuff, otherwise I won't do it. And the other one is a solo, which is why there's exactly 1 post to it, and it's taking days. I can just never face dancing solos. I just can't. So I'll get to that, and then I'll sort out wages and stuff, and then, well, as things come, like I said, I have essays due in next week, and after that, I'm on my Christmas break. So the priorities are kind of to try and speed along the fall related stuff so that it kind of can finish sometime soon and hopefully get some grading done. I need to do lots of grading. Yeah, I feel bad for not having done the grading during NaNo, but I was busy writing. Not that I didn't do any grading. I did like 3. 3 is good. 3 is a number. It's better than none, I suppose. So, yes, grading plans and whatnot. So yes, that's the plan. It's a very, very vague plan, as you might gather, for all 3 of my characters. I'm breaking and then unbreaking a Zera. Wei-san is going to deliver twins and do friendshipy things and be all medicine obsessed like she normally is. And Kayla is going to be Kayla. So, yeah. Kayla with a cat. Yeah, it's clearly a great winter, isn't it? Great winter plans. So, there was something I wanted to talk about. Very difficult right now. I've got zombies in my head. Now, there's a very good reason for having zombies in my head, but it's totally not maze related. It's college related, and then you probably wonder what I am studying in college. It's English, but it's we won't get into it anyway. So as long as I don't actually drop the freaking camera, please, can my fingers just not do this to me now? I just can't concentrate on things. It's probably because my fingers are cold. No, they're not even that cold. I'm rambling about my fingers. Oh God. There was something I wanted to say that was important, or might have been kind of important, but I can't remember what it is. What is it? I don't know. Christ. Yep. I think that's all you're gonna get out of me that's coherent. And that's only vaguely coherent, so just I know more stuff when I have PMs shot at me, normally. I'm better at writing things down than speaking. Yeah, we'll go with that. Speaking, not so good. Communication, not so good. Yes. I'm really annoyed. There was something I wanted to talk about and I can't remember what it was. What was it? What was it I wanted to talk about? Oh God, what was it? I don't know. I really don't know. This is great. So yeah, we'll take it for granted that this is just what we're going to get out of me. That's vaguely anything. So before I just stare at the camera and mumble about what was, trying to remember what it was, but I can't remember right now. I might not remember it. It might have been my imagination. So we'll go with goodbye for now. And possibly, I was going to say, possibly this is the idea that people who are watching this are going to think, hopefully no more videos, but if you're watching it, you probably do want to watch videos. So if for some reason that I can't work out you like watching them, you can comment and ask me things about stuff. And if you ask me things about stuff, I might be able to make proper sentences. Yes, proper sentences are good. Sometimes. Other times they're overrated. Yes. Okay, I'm about to go off on a tangent. I'm just going to stop now. Okay, right. So until the next time, whenever that happens, I bid you all adieu.